Hi everyone, it's Deanna Maurice here. Today I'll be sharing with you all my Christmas wreath that I made for this year. The first thing that I did was I got a simple wreath from Michael's. I actually got this on sale for about $4. So here I'm just going around my wreath and fluffing it out layer by layer. As you can see here, there's a bottom portion and then there's a top portion. So I just make sure that I go ahead and I fluff out the bottom portion first, and then I go ahead and go to the top portion so that everything can be nice and full. The picks that I have here are from Michael's. They were actually a bunch of flowers that I cut down to get individual picks. However, you can pick up picks from the Dollar Tree, AC Moore, Joann's. All of the different craft stores usually either have bunches of flowers that you can cut down, as well as individual picks that you can purchase. Here I'm just evenly distributing my picks throughout the top half portion of my wreath because I'll be doing something different with the bottom portion. After I get the red picks in, I then went ahead and grabbed my ornaments that I'll be using in this project that I got from the Christmas tree for about $3 a pack. You want to make sure that before you secure your ornaments, you just go ahead and play around with them to see how you would like them to sit on your wreath. To secure my ornaments, I'm going to be using floral wire that you can get also at your local craft store. And I'm basically just going to go ahead and thread my ornaments on 3 at a time to create a small cluster. Now I'm attaching my cluster of ornaments, and I'm just going to go through the middle of my wreath and attach it that way. However, if you do not have like a 2-tier wreath, you definitely can just wrap the wire the back and around to the front. For added security, I'm going to take the wire and wrap it throughout my ornaments just to help to secure the ornaments to the wreath a little bit better. Now I'm going to take more ornaments and cluster them together, but I am going to change up the color combination that I use. I basically did 2 gold and 1 silver for the first cluster. Now I'm using 2 silver and 1 gold for the second cluster. For the last cluster, I'm actually going to be using all gold because this is going to be the top center of my wreath. So I kind of want it to stand out a little bit different from the others. To create balance, I'm going to be replicating what I do to one side to the other side so that it will be nice and even once it's hung on my door. So that my cluster could be attached nicely together, I took a small dollop of glue and I placed it on the ornament and just put them together. That way I had a nice tight cluster. Now I'm going to be filling each gap that I see here with an additional pick. And here for this part, I have acorns as well as some berries, and I'm going to be alternating them. So that your picks can look nice and fluffy, you want to make sure that you push all of your greenery up to the top. Don't push too hard because you don't want to push off your acorn or berries or whatever pick that you do have. There's a few ways that you can attach your picks to your wreath. The first way that I like to do it is just simply to grab a piece of my floral wire and wrap it around the stem of the pick as well as a piece of the wreath, as you can see me doing here. The leaves on your wreath also have a bit of wire in them, so you can go ahead and use the leaf that is attached to your wreath to wrap around your picks, and that will hold it nice and secure in place. Here I'm just checking to make sure that the leaves aren't covering up my ornaments, and if they are, I just tuck them underneath. For the bottom portion of my wreath, I'm going to have a squirrel kind of sitting on top of these branches here. And so I just want to make sure that they are attached nice and secure to the wreath before I then go ahead and attach my squirrel. These ornaments actually went perfect with this wreath concept because they are basically in the shape of an acorn, and I thought how cute would that be to put the acorn shaped ornaments along with a squirrel down at the bottom of the wreath. Here I'm just playing around with the different picks. You want to make sure that you play around with the items before you secure them onto your wreath. Once I finished playing around with the stems for the bottom portion of my wreath, I then went ahead and attached them. Now it's on to securing my squirrel to the wreath. To secure my squirrel, I took another piece of floral wire and I basically just wrapped it around his tail, and I then used a bit of hot glue at the base once everything was wrapped around to secure the wire to my little squirrel. Then I wrapped the wire directly around the wreath. Once the squirrel was attached using the wire, I then took a bit more of hot glue gun and put it on the bottom of the squirrel and pushed some of my leaves up so that it would look like the squirrel was truly sitting on a branch. Once you have your squirrel in place, you could definitely stop there. But I decided to cut out the word peace with my Cricut machine. When designing this piece cutout, I made sure that I designed it with 2 small circles at either end so that I could use it to attach it to the wreath. If you do not design your cutouts custom, you could definitely just use a hole puncher to get the 2 little circles at the end. To attach the peace sign, I'll be using some twine that I picked up at Michael's, and I'll just tie the twine through the little circles that I cut out and tie it twice so that it would be nice and secure. Once I had the peace sign exactly where I wanted it to be, I just flipped it over and secured the twine to the wreath base by tying a little knot at the back on either side, and that was pretty much it. I was all done at this point. If you liked my vibe, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and leave me a comment. Until next time, guys, I hope that you guys all stay blessed and have a wonderful holiday. Bye.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. And from now on, our troubles will be out of sight.